How would I describe Goodman Campbell in a few words? Solid organization. Has staying power, it has cohesiveness.
Passion is a word you'd ascribe to it. I think quality, care, commitment, vision.
Do the right thing, committed to patients.
The predecessor to Goodman Campbell was Indianapolis Neurosurgical Group, and it was started by Dr. Julius Goodman in 1972. He created a group that was a private, independent group, but it had a very academic focus.
We really took excellent care of the patients, and finances was a secondary thing.
Dr. Goodman used to say to me all the time, you should always keep in mind the patient's outcome, and you should not think about your income.
Julius Goodman is the founder of our group. He was the heart and soul of the group. And I think that the fabric of the group, or the lifeblood of the group, really emanates from Julius and his vision for what a neurosurgery group should be, and also kind of the care that we should provide.
I never met him, but what I have heard of him and how he approached being a neurosurgeon, how he approached his patients, how he dealt with his colleagues, I mean, that's really all at the core of who we are right now. A collaborative group, very, focused on our patients and delivering exceptional care. I haven't heard any different story about Dr. Goodman other than those things, which, he epitomized in his own practice and really had that tremendous influence on many of my partners now that had the opportunity to work with him.
In our group, Dr. Goodman figured out years ago that he wanted to have people that were true experts. What it evolved to early on was having experts in each subspecialization within neurosurgery, like complex spine surgery, minimally invasive spine surgery, trauma, brain tumors, aneurysms, pediatric neurosurgical care, functional neurosurgical care, interventional neuroradiology. So he went and hired people who had an interest in those fields and did extra training in those fields and were willing to dedicate their entire career to that one area of neurosurgery rather than the breadth of neurosurgery.
We were first in subspecialization, first in almost anything in Indiana. We brought in the first MRI scan, the first CAT scan. We did the first transsphenoidal surgery, and it was the best time of my life because we really enjoyed the work that we did.
Dr. Goodman was an incredible visionary, extremely passionate about neurosurgery. One of his projects was to educate neurosurgeons who were preparing for their oral board examination. And he started a course that ultimately was run by the National Neurosurgery Organization. They literally named it the Goodman Oral Board Review Course.
He was incredibly personal. He could laugh, he could tell jokes. He seemed to always be able to read people. He knew how to handle patients. For somebody who was brilliant, he was down to earth and relatable. But it was always in the back of his mind. He knew everything he needed to know to do the right thing, and he did.
My name is Doris Houck. At that time, this was 37 years ago, I'm in so much pain I can hardly walk in from the mailbox. Made an appointment with Julius Goodman, and I was very nervous. The door opened, and in comes Dr. Goodman. And I get all choked up because he was so nice. He was so nice and soft-spoken and kind. He would come down before he went home every night. He would come and sit on the bed and just talk to me. And I just loved him. So then I lived happily ever after for a while until 2007. I fainted into an iron bed. I broke my nose, broke my neck. I envisioned I could have been a quadriplegic, and I'm not. Dr. Potts put a plate in my neck. It's wonderful. I'm good. I bip around here pretty fast. I'm starting to get a little out of breath, but I can still move fast. But I'm in good shape because of Goodman Campbell. I'm very appreciative.
So there's the phase of ING, which spent 35 years in developing into the organization it was and becoming a very strong, well-known private practice group. There was a period of time where we were combined with the university downtown to form a bigger department, and then we separated 10 years later. I believe our mission is good. I believe the patient care experience we provide is exceptional.
We treat a lot of patients that come in with very challenging problems, whether it's a cranial problem like a brain tumor or an aneurysm, or what I would say is more of a degenerative type thing with the spine. We are so focused on helping these people with surgery and particularly doing the right thing for them. And I think that is really at the core of patient-centric.
When it comes to the workers or the people that all help us with our mission, I think of a team. I think we're very much a team. We really take care of the patient together. And then you look beyond the immediate medical team, people in billing, patient escorts, front desk. We want everybody to feel that they're a part of and connected to the care that we're delivering to the patients.
My name is Holden Harless. I was complaining of back pain at the age of 3 years old. So we went to Riley, and that's where we first met Dr. Smith. Got the scan, and I had a tumor inside of my spinal cord. Coming out of surgery, I had to learn how to walk. That would be the second time in my life. Then when I was at the age of 18, we had figured out that it had come back right before football of senior year. Football was my main goal after surgery to get back. After the second surgery, I had went and got a scan and saw Dr. Smith, and she signed that I was cleared. Dr. Smith had come out to my senior night with me, which was a very special moment. One of those you made it moments. I'm not even supposed to be able to walk. She said that since the beginning. Being able to actually have been able to get back out on the field and have her walk with me was an awesome moment. I mean, at this point, it's not like I'm a patient. It's more of like she's family to me.
We have a three-part mission at Goodman Campbell Brain and Spine. It's patient care, education, and research. And we strive to excel in each of those areas.
We're very focused on providing good quality care. That's sort of number one, having experts or expertise in what we do.
Anytime I can help somebody through a painful condition, and improve their quality of life, even just a little bit, that's a pretty good day.
You try to educate people about their disease and try to support them and get them through it. And people, you see it all the time, people make miraculous recoveries, right? They're great stories, and you just have to let people know that they can be a great story.
It's also the people that we work with, a tremendous sense of camaraderie. We're very collaborative with one another. We have no hesitation in asking for help. And we don't hesitate to give help either. So, that environment of, collaboration and, truly being colleagues and in most cases friends, it makes it a very positive workplace.
I'll be 67 here in a couple of months, but it's like there's 2 years of my life where it's just gone.
After he retired, he kind of laid around a lot. He had a lot of the symptoms of depression. He just wasn't himself. Then as time was going on, there were more symptoms popping up.
When that step came to be the MRI, boom, it was Goodman Campbell. There wasn't anybody else to think about.
There was no question, once we saw the tumor, and I was pretty excited, knowing that it was operable.
Mine was on the frontal lobe. That impacts your motivation and memory.
We had a really good feeling with Dr. Painter when we met him. He was just so professional, and he explained everything to us.
But he's so much more than just a terrific neurosurgeon. It's the humanitarian side of him. And I would say that about the whole Goodman Campbell outfit. They seemed to care. It meant something to them.
I was just amazed at how quickly these symptoms that he had were just vanishing.
All those things that I didn't do because I couldn't do, now it's just a matter of I'll do anything I want to. It was just like that.
Before he went in, he didn't respond to anything. It was just a Oh, I don't know, or okay. I couldn't carry on a conversation with him. And after his surgery, he's just jabbering and talking and carrying on. And so Dr. Painter was over by me, and I said, is he always going to talk that much?
Thank you doesn't sound good enough. I made a life out of measuring things, calibrating, weighing. I don't know how you do this. You know, how do you estimate the value on you getting your life back? I would tell anybody that's similarly situated, don't spend a lot of time on where to go, folks. Go there.
Goodman Campbell has always had as part of its mission to stay on the cutting edge, not resting on what was good enough, but looking for the next best treatment in treating patients with all sorts of neurologic problems.
Well, obviously our group name changed, but the patient focus has remained. We've added a strong impetus towards research and education. We are moving towards having our own residency.
We'd like to continue to expand our footprint to be able to serve more patients and access more, touch more lives.
What I'm trying to do is make Goodman Campbell not only a regional Midwestern location for neurosurgical care, but look at a national level and see if there are needs beyond the Midwest where Goodman Campbell would fit in well in relationships with hospitals.
We have partners in Wisconsin. We have a whole program there. Other places are in the works.
Again, I think our strongest focus is on our patients. We've been involved for several years with a quality database that was initially specific for spinal patients, but now also includes some cranial surgeries. And it just allows us to collect data and show how well our patients are doing.
What I hope will never change is the attitude that it's patients first. And as far as I can tell, I've been retired now for many years. It stayed the same.
I've loved being in this group. I've never regretted, even with the bumps, and we've had bumps and we've handled bumps well. I'm just hopeful for the future.